Hi, welcome to Tony's British English. Now today we're going to look at classical music. We're going to look at classical composers. I love classical music. I play it when I come home from work. I play it at weekends on lazy Sunday afternoons. I love all the great composers. So today we're going to look at their names and how to pronounce their names. So first up, let's have a look at Beethoven. His full name is Ludwig van Beethoven, and he was German, and he wrote 9 very famous symphonies. Yeah? Now have a look at his name. Beethoven. 1, 2, 3. Beethoven. Beethoven. Now the stress is on the first syllable. Beethoven has Beethoven 3 syllables. The stress is on the first syllable. Beethoven. Beethoven. Now the other letter you need to think about is the V. 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 This sound doesn't exist in Japanese, only in European languages, and not even then. So we have the letter V, pronounced V. V. Now you put your teeth on your bottom lip, here on your bottom lip, and breathe. V, v, v. Beethoven. Beethoven. The V is made by putting your teeth on your bottom lip and it vibrates, vibrates, vibrates. So 1, 2, 3, Beethoven, Beethoven, Beethoven. Now, next up is my favorite composer, which is, or rather, who is, Mozart. Mozart. Now here we have the Mozart, 2 syllables. Mozart. The stress is on the first syllable. Mo. Mo. Mozart. Mozart. Now notice there's a Z in Mozart. How do we pronounce Z? Easy. We say Z, 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 which means we put the tongue to the top of our mouths. Here. Z, 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 and breathe. The tongue should wiggle a bit, wiggle a bit. So we have z, z, xylophone, zebra, Mozart. It's the Z sound. Cool? 2 reasons why I love Mozart. Well, the first reason is there's so much Mozart. He was very prolific, 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 meaning he wrote a lot. He wrote a lot of symphonies, sonatas, chamber music, operas. He was very prolific, prolific. Now, Mozart was born in Austria, and he had a very unhappy life. He died young, and he died in a grave for poor people. It's called a pauper's grave. He died with no money, nothing, and now he's Mozart. The second reason I love Mozart so much is that I can work and read with that music on. It is so relaxing, so calm, so sophisticated, sophisticated, sophisticated. Next up, we have Bach. Bach also was German. In fact, most composers of that time, that epoch, that era, were in fact German. Some are French, some are Austrian, I know, but the majority were German speaking. Now, Bach is quite big. It's quite big music, but sometimes he hits it absolutely right. And you are taken away into a different world, a world of peace, a world of hope, a world of beauty. I often play Bach when I'm very unhappy or depressed. I play Bach because it makes me feel better. 1, 2, 3, Bach. Bach. 2 syllables, Bach. Notice the CH, Bach. The CH is K, K. It's a hard sound. So we have Bach, K. Now that sound, CH, is also found in the word chemist, chemist, chemist. So it's a hard K, but it's spelt CH. Next up, we have Tchaikovsky. Tchaikovsky, Tchaikovsky. He was Russian and wrote lots of grand music. 1, 2, 3, Tchaikovsky, 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 Tchaikovsky. Next up, we have Chopin. Now, Chopin is different because he was French, but he wasn't French. Really, he was Polish. He was Polish, and then he moved to France, and he lived in France for most of his life. So really, he has a French feel to it, but the man actually was Polish. Chopin, Chopin. Notice the P-I-N isn't pronounced pin, but Chopin, pan, which is a very French pronunciation. Chopin. And now we have Handel. Handel, Handel. Now Handel was German, but he lived most of his life in England. So we kind of see him as an English composer. The king asked him to write water music, Handel's water music. So he was very popular in England. 1, 2, 3, Handel, Handel. Now we have Dvorak. He wrote a very famous piece of music called the New World Symphony. Now, bits of this have been used on commercials for TV, commercials for bread. And there is a picture of a boy pushing a heavy bike up a very steep hill, and the bike's basket is full of bread. Cue the music, Dvorak's New World Symphony. And it is very moving. Nostalgic. Nostalgic for a previous time of honesty and integrity. So we have Dvo. Now this sound, DV, doesn't exist in English. But it's okay, we can pronounce it. Dv, 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 Dvo, Dvorak, 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 Dvorak. 3 syllables. Dvorak. Next one is? Now we have Schubert. Now Schubert was also German. But let's look at his name. We have Schubert, Schubert. Now look at the second syllable, B-E-R-T, but, Schubert. This is what we call a schwa. We make that sound in the throat. Schubert, Schubert. The sound is made in the throat. So you can say Schubert and not move your mouth at all. Why? Because the sound is made here. This sound, is the most common sound in English. So we have Schubert, 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 Schubert. But the stress is on the but. Schubert, Schubert. So we stress the second syllable. Thank you very much indeed. Say thank you, Bob.
See you next time. Bye.
Very good singing. You have improved a lot. Thank you very much indeed. Have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Now, if you like it, don't forget to press the beep like button. Beep the like button. Thanks a lot. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Bye.